Hello and welcome to the news at 10 on NTN News 24. We are live in Abuja. I am Chinenye Nwoye. Happy New Month, everyone. Now, let's take the headlines. Newly inaugurated Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway to boost industrial growth in trade and tourism development across neighboring states.
This highway will drive growth, both in agriculture, in industry, in tourism.
On national food security, stakeholders pulled support to enhance rural farming for increased food production and nutrition. And President Tinubu directs relevant agencies to provide succor to Niger State flood victims. Many thanks for joining us. President Bola Tinubu says his administration is now positioned to continue to reward Nigerians with social, economic and infrastructure development after the period of hardship they have persevered at the initial stage of his mandate. President Tinubu gave the assurance in Lagos at the inauguration of the Phase 1, Section 1 of Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway and other completed roads and bridges projects across Nigeria. State House correspondent Musbau Danwahab reports.
The journey of 750 kilometers has started with the first step of 30 kilometers completed. This is the Phase 1, Section 1 of the stretch. Day or night, the 6-lane Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road at this distance is now open to road users along the bank of the Atlantic Ocean. It is a proud project of a renewed hope agenda, and the man who tamed the Atlantic in Nigeria continues his daring along the coastline.
To God be all the glory.
One of the 4 legacy road projects is becoming a reality. The hitherto unthinkable is happening, and leaders from public and private sectors were present, proudly associating with the beginning of a new corridor of opportunities. And President Bola Tinubu says this is just the beginning of a series of infrastructural developments coming under his watch to lift the social and economic sectors.
You'll be part of the benefit. The economy is recovering. There's light at the end of the tunnel now. Inflation is stepping down.
And for the continuation of the Coastal Highway and other projects, President Tinubu has a message for developers.
Let me at this stage warn all developers. The federal government will enforce the setback. If not for anything, it's for the interest of our nation. Development without approval will not be compensated. We have gazetted and published the setback. We are going to enforce it rigidly.
I want to state that we did no harm to landmark, properties. In fact, as you are going, sir, you will see where this dual carriageway divided into 2. It's by your order that we should save as much infrastructure as possible, even though they violated the gazetted route.
The president also inaugurated other 9 projects across the country, including rehabilitation of the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway, Section 3, dualization of the East-West Road, Section 2, and rehabilitation, construction, and expansion works on Lagos-Ibadan Dual Carriageway, Phase 1.
These are all projects that have the potential to unlock the economic opportunities of their nation.
He equally flagged off 3 new projects of Ibadan, Ife, Ilesha, Akure Bini Road, Nembe Brass Section 2 Road in Bayelsa, and a section of the Enugu-Onitsha carriageway.
I can confirm once again that with this commissioning today, you have proven to us that whenever the National Assembly says we are doing well, we are always right. So congratulations, Mr. President. People may be asking, why are you commissioning the first 30 kilometers? I think we are doing this to bring to the fore that yes, indeed, the project is a reality, because it's divided into about 6 sections.
The actualization of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway continues in sections. Right now, construction has commenced from the other end of the highway in Calabar. Those are the Section 3A and 3B. More sections are expected to be completed by December this year. In Lagos, Musbah and Wahab, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway has potential for industrial growth, both in trade and tourism development. It signifies a new vision that can boost Nigeria's socio-economic goals. Lanre Beleyi takes a look at the economic potential of the coastal highway that will create more access and link 9 states.
It is a 750 kilometers reinforced concrete pavement road that connects 9 states: Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Edo, Delta, Rivers, Bayelsa, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River State. A slingshot road project that targets and unlocks various economic potential at once, from massive employment opportunities, industrial revolution, tourism, and new vista in the nation's maritime sector.
It is not just a road. It is projected to contribute up to $12 billion annually to Nigerian GDP in its first decade by connecting 9 coastal states, linking major ports, and unlocking key trade routes. This highway will drive growth both in agriculture, in industry, in tourism, and marine commerce. It will lower transportation costs, reduce travel time, and ease the movement of goods and services.
So one of the economic potentials for this coastal road is that the 9 states that it passes through is going to give manufacturers, small-scale businessmen, and farmers, most especially, the access to urban centers like Lagos. And not only the urban centers like Lagos, to the ports at the coastal area for exports of their products.
Imagine the impact this road will have on the 17 states of the southern Nigeria. It means that you can live in Ogun, work in Lagos, live in Ondo, work in Lagos, live in Edo, work in Lagos, live in Delta, and work in Lagos, because all these places will be just an hour and a half away from Lagos.
With the need to diversify the economy and the federal government eyeing the $1 trillion economy, this road is going to be a hub, a center that will boost those goals socio-economically. In Lagos, Lanre Beleyi, NTA News.
Very well, Lanre. The federal government has welcomed Moody's Investor Services' latest upgrade of Nigeria's long-term foreign currency issuer rating from CAA1 to B3 with a stable outlook. President Bola Tinubu, in a statement by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, says this upgrade reflects growing international recognition of Nigeria's progress in stabilizing its macroeconomic environment, enhancing fiscal transparency, improving debt sustainability, and implementing market-oriented reforms under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's leadership. President Tinubu reaffirms his administration's resolve to maintain prudent economic management while fostering inclusive growth. The president equally emphasizes that the upgrade is expected to enhance Nigeria's access to international capital markets, reduce borrowing costs, and attract foreign direct investment, further accelerating economic revitalization and job creation. As Nigeria continues to ensure food security and economic diversification, the agricultural sector offers a beacon of hope. In many rural communities, farming is not just a way of life, it is the backbone of local economies, and recognizing the sector's immense potential. Farm East Global has launched a strategic partnership with local farmers aimed at increasing the production of nutritious, high-quality crops. Adobe Obiechina brings us the details.
Agriculture plays a pivotal role in Nigeria. More than 200 million people engage in farming. It contributes approximately 23% of gross domestic product of Africa's most populous nation, underscoring its economic importance. In line with efforts to ensure food security and sustainability, Farm East Global has partnered with local farmers to promote the production of healthy and high-quality farm produce this farming season.
This new concept by the Farm East Global is the right way to go, so that we meet the farmer at their point of production.
It's a community engagement where the Farm East Global team are coming to work with community members, farmers, to understand the issues they have and identify opportunities for innovations to be introduced to help them improve their farming.
In terms of maybe the support and the education and the training we give to them, they were able to take it up, and most of the farmers had a bomber harvest last year.
Some farmers in the community expressed optimism about the relief this partnership will bring, especially given that farming remains the predominant occupation in the area.
This program basically has given me the idea of a proper and a practical process of being an agricultural student, especially an agricultural extensionist.
So that it will assist us with the seed and the fertilizer, and if possible, we need chemical that will assist us in the farm.
Have a seed that we never see it before. We are suffering for farming this rice.
In recognition of their contribution to promoting food security, some farmers were also honored during this event. Stakeholders remain hopeful that such initiative will not only strengthen food supply chains, but also inspire more innovative partnership aimed at transforming Nigeria's agricultural landscape. Adobe Obiechina, NTA News.
2 Brigade Nigerian Army Uyo has reiterated its promise to collaborate with the media, especially the Nigerian Television Authority, the NTA, for a robust civil-military relations in Akwa Ibom State. Commander 2 Brigade Nigerian Army Mbiokporo Uyo, Brigadier General Amos Tawasimi, said this when the General Manager of NTA Uyo, Mrs. Alice Ugwe, visited him in his office. Joy Obani reports.
The General Manager of NTA Uyo, Alice Ugbe, is in the office of the Commander of 2 Brigade Mbiokporo Uyo to strengthen the existing relationship between the NTA and the Nigerian Army. Leading her members of management on the visit to the 2 Brigade Nigerian Army at Mbiokporo in Akwa Ibom State, the General Manager of NTA Uyo is suing for more support from Nigerian Army in the state.
Over the years, NTA has enjoyed a very cordial relationship with your command. The relationship has in no small ways impacted on the many successes recorded by the station. The benefits, which are mutual, have also helped in showcasing the activities of the command to the populace and has further boosted the confidence of Akwa Ibom people.
Commander 2 Brigade Nigeria Army, Brigadier General Amos Tawasimi, who doubles as the Commander Sector 4, Joint Task Force, South-South Operation Delta Safe, appreciates the Nigerian Television Authority for their professional reportage of security matters in the country.
Of course, we know that security is everybody's business, but also synergy in this form, we help cement and facilitate easy coordination, easy understanding when issues of security comes to bear.
The visit afforded the two organizations the opportunity to interact and share ideas in how security matters can be reported for the overall good of the country. There was a presentation of gifts to the General Manager, NTA Uyo, Alice Ugbe. In Uyo, Joy Ubani, NTA News.
This is the news at 10 on NTA News 24. We'll take a break here. There'll be more reports when we return. This day.
NTA Television College Jos, you will dive into exhilarating hands that will fuel your passion in education and propel your career to new heights. We don't just teach, we craft the next generation of media leaders. Explore our diverse offering, understanding the personnel matters and issues in the public service, basic development communication, financial reporting under IPSAS, and interpretation of public sector accounting standard IPSAS, audit, internal check and control management, video camera maintenance, new technologies, optics, fiber, IP technologies, automation, storage management, and wireless technology. Challenges and opportunities in the secretarial profession in the digital age. Digital marketing, basic drama, online reporting, understanding the provisions of the revised public service, audio engineering operations and maintenance, camera operations, and intermediate drama. Mark your calendar. The second quarter of 2025 is your launch pad. This is your moment to seize the future. Announcer Management.
This is NTA News 24.
Many thanks for staying on. Ahead of this year's Hajj, Saudi Arabia has held a military parade in Makkah to showcase the security forces' capabilities, including armored vehicles, aviation, and special units to maintain order and address any potential issues during the Hajj. Tokwe Alabi reports.
Military parades have been a common occurrence leading up to the Hajj, often with a focus on security and public order. It is a show of strength in Saudi Arabia's readiness as pilgrims from around the world converge on Mecca for the annual Hajj pilgrimage. This might look like a set for an action film, but it's actually a military parade ahead of this year's Hajj. People around the world have converged and have begun their journey towards the Muslim holy city of Mecca in Saudi Arabia. It is one of the world's largest annual gatherings, with over 2 million pilgrims expected to observe their Hajj rituals. This military parade is traditionally held in Mecca, Saudi Arabia, to demonstrate the security forces' preparedness and readiness to ensure the safety and well-being of millions of pilgrims. The parade, which all turned into quite some show, reassures pilgrims and the public that Saudi Arabia is fully prepared to manage the massive influx of visitors and ensure a safe and smooth Hajj experience. In recent years, Saudi authorities have emphasized enhanced security measures, including the use of technology and artificial intelligence, AI, to prevent incidents and ensure the safety of pilgrims. The parade, attended by senior government officials and commanders of the security forces, highlights the importance of the Hajj and Saudi Arabia's commitment to its success. This year's Hajj rituals will be performed between the 8th and 13th day of Dhul Hijjah in the Islamic lunar calendar, corresponding to between 4th and the 9th June 2025. From Mecca in Saudi Arabia, Tokwe Alabi, NTA News.
And back here in Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu has directed all relevant agencies to provide succor to the flood victims in Mokwa local government area of Niger State. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, who led the federal government delegation to pay a condolence visit to Niger State government in Minna, says the president also directed National Orientation Agency to commence immediate sensitization of the people. Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara reports.
In the last decade, Nigeria has grappled with different magnitude of floods, leading to the loss of lives and property, particularly among states with riverine communities. Niger State is one of such states and among the leading agrarian states in Nigeria with abundant potential in food crops. For some time now, recorded incidences of disaster that have their roots to both artificial and natural phenomena are also impacting the state's popularity and fortune. As the sky opened to shower its blessings on the ground this season, it did so in excess in Makwa and created a historic flood that has already claimed about 151 lives, displaced 3,018 persons, affected 503 households, injured 11 persons, and affected 3 bridges.
Days after the unfortunate flood incident, more casualty figures are still emerging, and more worrisome is that the cause of the flood is yet to be ascertained.
The government spokesman led the federal government delegation on a sympathy visit to the people and government of Niger State and assured the victims of government total support.
This is really a very sad situation, and Mr. President is really very saddened by it. So every activity that needs to be undertaken by government at the federal level is being done to collaborate with you, Your Excellency, to work with the community to ensure that succor, like I said earlier, comes to the way of all the people around that area.
We need a temporary camp where we can put people. We should not delay it. So they can create camps for them, and with what support we can give to displaced communities, because they become displaced communities, so that we can see where we can meet their needs.
They all agreed that collaboration among the tiers of government and its relevant agencies will be strengthened in dealing with unforeseen emergencies like the current one in Makwa, in Mina, the Niger State capital. Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Kano State government has declared Monday as Work-Free Day to commiserate with families of deceased athletes, and also announced a donation of 1 million naira to each of the families of the 22 of the Kano State contingents who lost their lives on their way home from the just concluded National Sports Festival held in Abeokuta, Ogun State. The State Deputy Governor Aminu Abdul Salam, who made this known after taking brief from the officials, also announced a donation of food items to the bereaved families as support for the immediate burial of the deceased.
They are heroes who have done the state proud, some of them gold medalists, but could not make it to Kano to present the medals. Their bodies were received by the family members who could not but shed tears. The State Deputy Governor, Aminu Abdul Salam, was at the Aliko Dangote University Teaching Hospital, joined by the Secretary to the State Government and other officials to identify with the family members at this time of grief.
His Excellency, the Governor of the Kano State, and the entire government stand with the bereaved families and the state as a whole. Will continue to support them, support the bereaved families.
The Deputy Governor was also at Murtala Muhammad Specialist Hospital to sympathize with the injured ones and also announced government determination to settle their medical bills. It will be recalled that the vehicle conveying the athletes and officials had an accident at Dekatsalli, a few kilometers to Kano City. In Kano, Aminu Umar, NTA News.
This is the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Let's take another look at our major stories. Newly inaugurated Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway to boost industrial growth in trade and tourism development across neighboring states.
This highway will drive growth, both in agriculture, in industry, in tourism.
On national food security, stakeholders pool support to enhance rural farming for increased food production and nutrition. And President Tinubu directs relevant agencies to provide succor to Niger State flood victims. Welcome back. Limi Hospital and its partners are stepping up efforts through community engagement and preventive health care to curb the rising cases of hypertension in Nigeria At the heart of this initiative is a monthly health walk where organizers stress the importance of regular medical checks and physical activity as vital tools for early detection and effective management of high blood pressure. Thomas Ubetere reports.
This is another monthly health walk in the Federal Capital Territory organized by Limi Hospitals. It is aimed at raising awareness about hypertension and promoting a healthy lifestyle. The event kicked off with free medical checkups, including blood pressure screening.
I used to weigh 120 kg. People used to know. Yes, I weigh 120 and I was able to lose the weight with my diet and working out, so I know the importance of working out.
Exercise is very good for the body because it makes you keep fit.
But I've been attending Limi end of the month health walk for like a year now.
It makes you to be alert, makes you look fresh and young. You know, you are always up and doing.
Especially those of us that work in offices where you rarely move. Each time you hear about this, don't wait to be invited.
The event also featured a guided exercise session and a health walk through parts of the FCT with participants of all ages. Many described it as a timely intervention, highlighting the crucial role of regular checkups and exercise in preventing lifestyle-related health issues.
We know that hypertension is called the silent killer. It affects 1 in 3 individuals, and we're trying to raise awareness for cardiovascular health.
Raising awareness against hypertension. So it means that people will know their numbers.
There is need for regular check because if you know earlier enough, you can easily arrest it there.
It's a regular thing for me. I do my medical check on a regular.
Okay, you should get checked so that in case of any health challenge that might be coming up, you're able to arrest it.
The health walk, which is held on a monthly basis, continues to attract growing participation from residents and health-conscious individuals. In Abuja, Thomas Ubetere, NTA News.
And that concludes the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Many thanks for watching. I am Chinenye Ngoyi.